Toxic arguing techniques used by narcissists and manipulators. What a narcissist. Narcissists, psychopaths, and people with antisocial qualities engage in maladaptive behaviors that exploit, degrade, and injure their intimate partners, family members, and friends who are unable or unwilling to resolve disagreements or participate in healthy, mature discussion. It's important to note that not everyone who lacks the ability to construct effective arguments, understand logical fallacies, or resolve disagreements is a narcissist. A regular, well-intentioned individual, on the other hand, is typically sincerely eager to improve. Meanwhile, a narcissist seeks to conquer, dominate, and obtain their desires, frequently at the price of others' well-being. 1. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a deceptive technique that may be summarized in 3 words. That didn't happen, you imagined it, and are you insane? Gaslighting is one of the most pernicious manipulative techniques because it tries to distort and degrade your sense of reality. It erodes your capacity to trust yourself and, as a result, makes it impossible for you to feel justified in reporting abuse and maltreatment. When a narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath gaslights you, you may find yourself gaslighting yourself to deal with the cognitive dissonance. 2 opposing viewpoints clash. Is this person correct, or can I trust what I saw? A manipulative person will persuade you that the former is an unavoidable truth, whilst the latter is an indication of your own dysfunction. 2 arguing in bad faith. The common person seeks to understand the other side, listens to them, is honest, and ensures that they understand where others are coming from when they disagree. Sure, individuals can get overly irritated or nervous from time to time. But, in general, that is the unwritten rule. Narcissists, on the other hand, argue in what is known as bad faith. This suggests they don't give a damn about the other person or try to understand them. Worse, they are committed to purposefully misinterpreting and mischaracterizing others, frequently to ludicrous levels. 3 fallacies, nonsense, word salad. Although narcissists are typically unprepared to hold adult talks or settle issues, they believe they are experts. As a result, they frequently utilize phrases, arguments, or approaches that they have heard of, but do not fully comprehend, all while claiming to be logical, reasonable, or accurate. You are being illogical, unreasonable, uninformed, and unwilling or unable to have a mature discourse to the point that they become highly agitated or even hostile. 4 projection. When a person is persistently reluctant to accept his or her own flaws, and does everything possible to avoid being held accountable for them, it is a sure symptom of toxicity. This is referred to as projection. Projection is a protective technique that involves transferring blame for one's undesirable behavior and features to someone else. It eventually serves as a diversion from responsibility and ownership. 5 provoking, bullying, intimidating. Because a narcissist's purpose is to dominate and be seen as correct at any cost, aggressiveness is frequently used. The more blatantly hostile methods used by narcissists fall under this group. Provoking, bullying, and frightening are examples of these strategies, in which the narcissist picks on you, calls you names, shouts, behaves extremely emotionally, intentionally attempts to harm you, lies to you, threatens you, or even physically assaults you. Not only that, but they make it appear as if you are the one who is irrational, overly emotional, and aggressive against them, by reacting to it or ignoring it. 6 nonsensical conversations from hell. If you believe you'll have a serious chat with a toxic person, be prepared for enormous minficary, rather than attentive dialogue. If you ever disagree with them, or confront them in any way, malignant narcissists and sociopaths will employ word salad, circular dialogues, ad hominem arguments, projection, and gaslighting to confuse you, and pull you off course. They do this to discredit, confuse, and annoy you, divert your attention away from the core issue, and make you feel guilty for having real ideas and feelings that may differ from theirs. 7 lying, denying, changing definitions. They may lie about what happened, what you or they did or didn't do, or even what is genuine and factually accurate at times, frequently to the point of complete denial and delusion. Gaslighting is an attempt to perplex the other person and make them doubt their own experiences or reality by lying about it. 8 blanket statements and generalizations. Intellectual masterminds aren't invariably malignant narcissists. Many of them are intellectually sluggish. They generalize everything and everything you say, making broad assertions that don't recognize the intricacies in your argument. Generalizations and sweeping claims, on a bigger scale, invalidate experiences that don't fit into society's unsubstantiated assumptions, schemas, and stereotypes. They're also employed to preserve the status quo. This type of digression exaggerates one point of view to the extent that a social justice problem is hidden totally. 9 deflecting, attacking, projecting. Deflect and attack is a sadly prevalent narcissistic strategy. The idea here is to divert attention away from the narcissist's words and actions, and toward what you're saying, and doing so that they never have to accept responsibility for their poisonous conduct, or respond to what you're saying. 10 deliberately misrepresenting your thoughts and feelings to the point of absurdity. Your varied viewpoints, real feelings, and lived experiences are transformed into character faults and evidence of your irrationality in the hands of a malignant narcissist or sociopath. Tall stories are used by narcissists to reframe what you're actually saying, in order to make your views appear silly or horrible. Let's imagine you express your dissatisfaction with the way a toxic buddy speaks to you. When you've done nothing except express your thoughts, he or she may put words in your mouth, saying things like, "Oh, so now you're perfect," or "So I'm a horrible person, huh?" This allows them to dismiss your right to have feelings and ideas about their inappropriate behavior, and it makes you feel guilty when you try to set limits. 11. Involving others and acting out revenge fantasies. The egos of narcissists are exceedingly fragile, and their self-esteem is unstable. They interpret it as humiliation, as you being unjust, even nasty to them, if you genuinely stand up for yourself and don't play their games. You are irrational in their eyes, because you do not recognize that they are superior, correct, and all-around amazing people. They find it deeply upsetting, and are filled with feelings of guilt, unfairness, and fury, narcissistic injury. 12. Changing the subject to evade accountability. This is what I like to refer to as the "what about me" syndrome. It's a deliberate diversion from the original topic, in order to draw attention to a separate issue. Because narcissists don't want you to bring up the subject of holding them accountable for anything, they will redirect conversations in their favor. 13. Name calling. Anything that a narcissist perceives as a challenge to their supremacy is exaggerated by them. Only they can be right in their universe, and anybody who dares to disagree causes narcissistic damage that leads to narcissistic wrath. According to Mark Goulston MD, narcissistic fury is caused by a strong feeling of entitlement and a false sense of superiority, rather than a lack of self-esteem.